So, I'm making this video because I have to let out some things. I have to update you guys on what has been going on in my life, because I haven't posted because I've been insecure and all that stuff. So I've been working on me and it's been working. It's been working. I've been moving forward. Feels like sometimes it feels like we're not moving forward, but we are. Where is it? I have a tea in here. I don't know why. I have stevia, just in case anybody wants a little sweetness. So, okay. Let me get started. So first of all, I know it's a shitty view, but you know I've never had a good view for you guys anyway, so I'm just gonna continue. So where do I start? Oh yeah, the title. So I have this thing where I have well, not anymore, but I had really low self-esteem. I still kind of do a little bit, but not like too much. But like, it was so bad. Like, I didn't realize just how bad it was until I realized how bad it was. Like, literally, I was like so fucked up in the head. Not in a like it's, you know what I mean. Like, I was completely out of it. I was in another world completely. So anyways, the title, why I say being a hoe saved my life. I'm not a hoe, but what I mean by a hoe is like expressing your sexuality in your own unique, authentic way. Everybody's different. Some girls, you know, and this also implies even like self-destructive type of sexuality, you know, like if there's a girl that's sleeping around and all of that. I don't even like saying sleeping around, because what do you mean sleeping around? Like, but anyways, my point is, it's just important for people to, in my opinion, to be where they're at and allow themselves to express that, because I feel like it's important to share that information with others, because we all like to play it off like everybody plays by the rules and we all just are perfect, and nobody like I've heard some crazy shit. Like the rehabs I've been in, they have this thing where people are speaking their minds, and I've heard some shit and you wouldn't expect. Like, you're like, oh shit, that person did this, or that person, and then you think to yourself like, well, then I'm not alone, you know? Like, I've also done crazy shit, and now I don't feel alone, I don't feel crazy. And the reason why I like that and I admire that is because it's real. It's real. Like, we're humans. And I feel like, oh, so the title, the reason why I say that, the way I express my sexuality is not by, you know, I just dance. I like to dance, and in an exotic manner. And I was talking to my uncle about it, and he says that, you know, like, oh, you do it for attention, or you're doing it because you like the attention you get from guys. And I was thinking to myself, because I try to be as honest with myself as possible. I really do. And I really don't think I do it for that. If anything, like, it's just kind of natural to me, you know, like when you just kind of like how you just sing, it's just natural to me. Like, that's the move. Like, if shaking my ass at that moment is the move, that's the move. You know what I mean? That's the move. It's not that there's like all these intentions behind it and, oh yeah, and this is gonna make me like, no, it's like, that's the move. And like, it makes me feel good to do it, and it makes me feel bad to not do it. So why am I gonna not do it? You know what I mean? Because, so anyways, I always held back, and I always felt really bad because I felt like it was bad, you know, like sexuality, sex is so bad. Like, I've always seen it that, well, I haven't, well, kind of I have, because, yeah, as a kid, I always thought sex was dirty, but now I'm kind of starting to realize that it doesn't have to be your, like, just get in touch with your own sexuality, whether that be, like, whatever it is. Like, I don't know, it could be so many things, honestly, and just find that, I feel like everybody should start embracing it. And I started, oh, okay, and another reason why I started seeing, like, sexuality and all of that, and being a hoe in a different way, it's doing it with everybody. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess, but still, I don't know. I'm kind of iffy about it. That's true. I guess I see where you're coming from. But it's because I also saw this girl on Twitter. Her name is Riley Reid, and she was just so confident about it. She's a porn star. I don't know if you guys know her, but she was just so confident about it. And me personally, I wouldn't do that, obviously, because I'm me. And I don't know, that's just not my thing. But I admire people, especially women, who just do what they fucking want, regardless of what anybody says. I admire that so much, because I've been too pussy to ever do anything that I want. Well, I've done things that I wanted, but, like, it's just like when you're owning it and doing it in front of people while they're judging you, like, I just think that's so admirable. And it's 10:10. So the reason I say it saved my life is because it was kind of like the catalyst to self-expression and to discovering even more aspects about myself. Because I was like, okay, if I post this, oh my god, and then I'm just gonna be, and guys do, obviously, yeah, they do disrespect you, and they do say some nasty shit, and they message you and all that, but there's that's what triggered me to start seeing my value, even if nobody sees it. It triggered me to start really seeing me, seeing me in all areas, not just like the good. Yeah, in that order. Yeah. It's just funny to me, and because I'm a very friendly person. Bye. Have a good day at work. I'm a very friendly person, so that can be misleading to some men, like I'm flirting, but I'm not. I'm just being kind, and I'm smiling, and I'm not gonna push it. It just sucks, it just sucks. You want to express yourself, you want to express your joy, you want to express your charisma, you want to express your dancing, you want to do this, you want to do that, and you feel like you can't, because then you're going to be called a hoe, because then guys aren't going to take you seriously, because then, and I started educating myself. Education is not just reading books, it's hearing about people's life experiences and what they learned. That's education too, because you're starting to hear perspectives from reality. And I feel like, because lately I've been educating myself on women, on women, because I saw this video of this, not just one video, I saw a lot of videos of many strippers that were talking about what it's like being a stripper, and they started saying that it's pretty tough because I'm gonna start, hold on, I came in here because I was gonna light joint. Just kidding, no, it's not a joint, I don't smoke, but I came to light an incense because they smell good. No! But yeah, I started watching a lot of videos of many women that were strippers or were strippers or are strippers or will, blah, 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 it doesn't matter. And I really enjoyed what I heard. They were all talking about, oh yeah, like, you have to have like a strong character in that place because, you know, when you're doing that, like you're dancing and all of that, and your money, they throw money at you, like, I just saw the value in, like, I see the value in everything, to be honest with you, like, and I wouldn't want it any other way. She basically was saying, what did she say? Yeah, basically set boundaries. You're gonna have to set boundaries. Know your boundaries. Know yourself. Don't get distracted. But what was it that I was gonna tell you guys about that? Oh yeah, breaking the stigma. I liked what she was doing, what they are doing. They're breaking the stigma, and also they're not victimizing themselves while they're doing it. They're not like, oh, these men, nah, 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 they're calling us hoes, nah, nah, nah. They're not doing that. And I like that because it's like they know that what they're doing is not very well liked or seen as like a woman and or wife material, and they don't give a fuck. They're like, you know what, this is my body, this is what I want to do, I'm making money, you know, and I respect that. I respect someone who respects themselves. Even if you don't respect yourself, I'll respect you. But it's just kind of like when someone knows their worth and their place, and that so well that their authenticity is never threatened by the world's literal expectations. But like, it's easy to say, oh yeah, society's expectations. No, bitch. I'm not talking about like society expectations, like simple things like clothes or like shit like that. No, stuff that literally like people give you shit for, and people always give you shit. I see it online all the time. People give each other shit all the time for everything that we do. We're always criticizing each other for where we're at and where we should be. You're in pain? Oh, well, why are you in pain? You're happy? Oh, well, you know, there's people dying and you're just happy. It's just like, just let each other live. Let each other live. Anyways, I found those videos very informative. And it really gave me a different perspective on my place in this world. You know, my mom's really religious, so she's always been a very no-no type of person. It's like, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. You know, like, it's no, 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 no. Everything's no, 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 no. That's scary. No, that's evil. No, that's Satan. No, sex is bad. Save yourself till marriage. It's like too late to save yourself for marriage, Mom. Like, I'm born. You're born. Nobody waits till marriage. And if you wait till marriage, damn. Right? It's like, damn, you got some strong willpower there, buddy. She's in love with who I am. Back in high school, we used to bust it to the dance. 13 hours till I land, had me out like a light, like a light, like a light. Sweat through the fight, not for the night. 766. So I'm gonna share another couple of stories. I don't know why I said it like that. I'm gonna share a couple of stories of me when I was like in high school, I believe. Yeah, I was in high school. I was not even just in high school, elementary school. Like, I would always wear like what I wanted, what I assumed was what you wear to school, like, or let's say like a skirt or pants or something, and I go to school and there would be trends, and the trends, I would try to copy them and be like, oh wait, then everybody's wearing this, and maybe if I wear this too, they'll like me and they'll be nice to me. So really all I ever wanted was people to be nice to me, but I wear those things and they still weren't nice to me. So wear whatever the fuck you want, to be honest. And another thing that I wanted to add to the title, add about the title, from the title, is that not looking at the negative aspects of oneself, or myself at least, has been has played a huge role in me not actualizing myself. And when I say actualization, I'm talking about feeling good, like knowing yourself, knowing all of yourself and not feeling bad about it, because you know the truth of who you are. I don't mean to sound corny. I just talk really corny sometimes. I spent so much time denying myself who I am. To the point where I lost myself, and all of a sudden everything had no meaning. Like everything was pointless. I could be saving like 1 billion kids from Africa from starving and I would still feel super empty. And that is because there's something more to me that I'm not letting myself express. Like, for example, here's what happened. Here's where it hit me. I was scrolling down Instagram, and on Instagram I follow Teal Swan, and Teal Swan had posted a picture, a quote that said something about, no, she posted a video, and the video said, she was talking about, she said, one of the viewers' questions were, why does one side of our face look different than the other side? And she was saying, oh, like something about the feminine is this side, and that like left side is feminine, is your feminine side, and then the right side is your masculine side. And I just think that's so trippy, because my good side, well, the way I think I like this side. I like my right side. But that's when I started asking myself, like, because look, let me tell you. So, like, you see how this side is way bigger than this side? You see, I like this side better. This side's way smaller. This side's bigger. I don't know, okay? I don't know if it's true. But this is just the way I interpret it. Everything that so if you don't like it, deal with it or unsubscribe. So, the way I saw it was like, okay, so if I have too much here, and this is like my, and also not even just that, my butt's bigger here too. So I was like, okay, maybe I need to work on my masculine, right? Maybe I need to embrace my masculine a little bit more. And also, not even just that, I've always felt some type of way towards men, and like about physicalness and like doing things and commitment, and that's all the masculine side. So that's when I was like, okay, I feel like this is my next move, is working on my masculine side. So what do? I YouTube Teal Swan Masculinity or something like that, Divine Masculine, and I watch it and I'm like not that entertained, but then I find another playlist that says Healing Masculine. Nobody really talks about that. They only talk about the feminine. Oh, the feminine, and they never talk about the masculine, how to help the masculine out. And I feel like that's so important, and I feel like a crucial oh shit, I'm distracted. So anyways, this fucking son. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do it like this because something weird's happening. But anyways, yeah, that's the neighborhood. Anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, so ay, cállate. A ver, espérame, déjame le bajo el volumen. So I've always been scared of commitment, kind of, in a way. And I feel like that's what's been holding me back from all of my success, my upcoming success. So reason being is because I was so afraid of making mistakes, and to me commitment and relationships and masculinity and all of that, it kind of meant like taking care of people, and I didn't want to take care of people. I mean, I do that naturally sometimes, but like I felt like if I commit to something, it would feel like really heavy for me. It was a very heavy sensation, so I would just avoid it at all costs and try to just, yeah, I was more of the on the feminine side. So when I started watching I clicked on the playlist. There was the Healing Masculine playlist, and it was this lady, and she was doing ASMR Reiki session, something like that, with healing the Divine Masculine within men. She was mostly focused on men, but I showed up, so it's kind of funny because it's like I'm a woman. But I clicked on one of her videos and I started listening to it, and it actually helped me realize a lot of things. I was like, oh, it's kind of weird because you think like, oh, you're doing an energy healing through the phone, but I've always been very open-minded. I've always been very open to magic and shit like that, so I'm not very closed-minded in that area. And I realized just how much I hold back, and like when I want to say something, or when I want to do something, I want to hug someone, or I want to thank someone, or I want to say hi, or I want to say bye, or I want to say that made me mad, I always hold back. And then so what's trippy about my masculine side is that my feminine is very receptive, so you don't really have to do much. So what was my point? Let me shut the door because I know you guys are probably getting annoyed. So it's going, right? It's going. Even though you're scared, you go. You do it. It's that forward movement. It's like propelling. It's like through. While feminine is kind of like, okay, I'm going to hold back. And I've been stuck in the, okay, I'm going to hold back. Because if I go, I don't know what's going to happen. And I'm not okay with failure. I'm not okay with making mistakes. Because making mistakes would be embarrassing, or I would be, what if I hurt someone's feelings with what I say? What if I offend someone? What if I lose my home? What if I, like, I don't know, you know fears. What holds you back from doing what you want? It's like, and I feel like, I think it was this morning that I felt the merge between like the two energies, because I didn't realize I could see the gap. Like it was more here. The feminine's like so strong in me, and I want to go back to mask. I hated any time. I'm gonna tell you right now, I've always felt like I look like a boy. So Oh, okay. Because I always felt like I had to protect my sister, protect my mom, or like be there for people, but it felt very masculine. Like, I don't know how to explain it to you. I wanted to feel ladylike. I wanted to feel like a woman, you know? I wanted to feel like, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ah. Like that. And I felt like a boy. And plus, I was always eating a lot, so I was funny. Shout out to my cousin Cynthia. She's super nice. She was so skinny and pretty and thin, and her face was so oval shaped, and I was round and I was chubby, and I would eat everything in the okay. I had to go through. I'm gonna have to masculine side. So anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, pretty much as a kid I always felt very like a boy, and I wanted to feel girly girl, whatever. Even like, I don't know if you guys remember that cartoon or like that movie, The Princess and the Pauper. My cousin was the pink one and I was the blue one, the pauper, the broke one, the one that would clean everything and sew stuff. I was that one. I don't know why. I think it has to do something with my past life or something. I don't know. I feel like I'm very, yeah, I was very tough as a kid. Very tough. Like, if you can even ask my sister and my mom, I was very tough. Like, what would I do? I was just the one, you know? I was the brave one. And I was so sick and tired of being that. I just wanted to be protected for once. But then I realized that I could be protected all I wanted. At the end of the day, I'm going to have to learn to protect myself. Like, yeah, I'm going to have to protect myself because you can't always rely on everybody. People come and go, or people, like, you have to have, I have, at least for me, I feel like I have to have that safe space within myself where I feel secure within myself, that I can get up back up from anything and everything, and that I can rely on myself. Maybe I can't rely on others, but I can rely on myself. And yeah, that's nice. So as of right now, I'm still holding back. Right now, I can be open here because it doesn't matter. I don't care. But with my family, I noticed that, yeah, I hold back. And I know that it's a process, and that, like, for example, like I said earlier, feminine is more receptive, so it's more about learning it. But what happens when you already learned all that you can learn, and now you just have to do it? And that's the scariest part, because it's like completely risking everything, risking your all your old fears, your old self, basically, my old self, of always hiding and lying and escaping reality by many things, the many ways. There's many ways you can escape reality. So it's kind of like I have to let all that go. And I know this is my time. This is like my graduation time. And it's funny because I remember this exactly like in rehab, when I was in rehab and I was about to leave. It was a kind of a good graduation. So there's kind of always a graduation, and I've noticed that in my life. Like, I go through something and then there's a graduation there, and then I move to the next step and then there's a graduation. So yeah, that's that. People are crazy. I'm crazy. Like, I noticed I have a problem with knowing things. Like, I feel bad or afraid to admit that I know a thing or two about life. Because when I was a teenager, well, I'm still a teenager, but when I was a teenager, um, I was much more confident, so I would say what's on my mind. And when I would say it, they would tell me, like, oh, you're stupid. You're just a teenager. You don't know shit, mocosa. or they would say shit like, they would throw shit back at me, but they would say it in a really mean way. Cause the place I was in Clínica Nuevo Set, and over there they had this like retroalimentación thing that they had going on. Si tú estuviste en un anexo, tú sabes de qué estoy hablando. Cuando los retros, las retroalimentaciones. Sorry, I'm like gringa mode right now. So yeah, so they were really tough. They didn't have to be. You could just say things nicely and still get the message across. Que no tenías que ser. Cuando estás dando una retroalimentación, no tienes que andar insultando a la persona, puedes no. Y estoy atacando a tu enfermedad, no a ti. Mi enfermedad es parte de mí. Entonces, si me estás atacando a mi enfermedad, me estás atacando a mí, al fin de cuentas, porque es una parte de mí. No es algo que nomás lo vas a rechazar. Porque cuando lo rechazas, ¿qué pasa? ¡Yup! Regresa. Cuando hay una realidad de algo, les estás enseñando lo mismo que no quieres que hagan. Les estás enseñando a no enfrentar la realidad. Yo nunca me la creí cuando me dijeron que yo estaba enferma. Sorry, yo nunca les creí. Les seguía el rollo, pero pues, es que, pues, al fin de cuentas, yo agradezco que me dejaron expresar mis sentimientos, algo que no te dejan hacer mucho en muchos lugares o con tu familia. Por eso están enfermos. No estamos enfermos, es que tenemos una esencia que fue malentendida, hubo traumas, hubo daños, hubo abusos, hubo malentendimientos. Así se dice, no sé si pero que se formaron en enfermedad, según. Pero en realidad hay que dejar de tomar esa etiqueta de adicto o soy esta, soy esto, soy lo. Hay que cambiar nuestra identidad, porque una parte de mi recuperación muy importante, que yo siento que tiene mucho valor, es soltar la identidad de un enfermo, porque cuando tienes esa identidad de un enfermo, y es que yo soy así, es que yo soy esta, no te das permiso, tu mente se la cree. Tu mente se la cree. Si tú te crees una persona mala, te vas a sentir mal y no vas a poder expresarte igual porque te sientes que eres una mala persona. No vas a poder ser honesta, no vas a poder. Y ahí están todos tus dones, ahí está tu propósito de tu vida. Entonces yo no entiendo ese lado. Pero es una parte. Pero yo entiendo que hay steps. There's steps to the game, you know? First you start out rejecting yourself, and once you get a clear image and a clear picture of what you're rejecting, because it's been so long, you know, the cycle's just repeating and repeating and repeating, and you're like, okay, I get it. Okay, I hate myself. And I accept that I hate myself. Because I did get to a point where I'm like, you know what? I hate myself. And I'm probably going to hate myself forever. I am that. I am a problem. I am just a problem. I just ruin everything. I'm just a bad person. And as I observed that and I realized, I looked at it like this. Yo miré a mi identidad como enferma, como mala persona, así. Lo miré así, enfrente y dije, ¿esta soy yo realmente? ¿Esta es la que yo quiero ser? ¿Realmente me la creo? Siento que estoy enferma, siento que tengo un problema. Y sí, pues ahí está. En ese momento así se siente uno, pero eventually va a llegar un tiempo o va a llegar un momento en que te vas a dar cuenta o te vas a desesperar de vivir así. Te vas a desesperar de vivir sintiéndote como incapacitada o sintiéndote diferente a los demás, cuando la realidad es que sí eres diferente, pero al mismo tiempo no lo eres, porque cada quien tiene sus problemas, hasta los que dicen que hay neuróticos y adictos y todo eso, pero los neuróticos son todos igual, hombre. ¿Por qué crees que el pinche libro dice, qué dice? Dice 98% de la humanidad tienen la enfermedad de neurosis. Pues sí, no chingues, obviamente sí, todos tenemos neurosis, pues estamos todos traumados. No shit. Like, obviously we're gonna... ¿Sí me entiendes? Obviamente. No es que... I don't know, dude. I don't know. Y no te voy a engañar. Alcohólicos Anónimos y todo eso sí sirve. Sí, no sirve. Pero sí sirve por el lado que usan la etiqueta de enferma a su beneficio de una buena manera, porque luego usan esa etiqueta para incluir a todos los demás que también no entienden lo que está pasando con sus emociones, con sus adicciones, con sus codependencias y la fregada, y lo usan para que todos se junten, y cuando se juntan ya se sienten más unidos, se sienten que pertenecen, y siento como que sentirte que perteneces. ¡Ay, qué bonito! Look at the bird. Mira, I don't think you can see it, but there's a cute bird there. I don't think you can see it. Es que hay un... Bueno, pues, sí, yo siento que lo que más me ayudó cuando fui a un centro de rehabilitación fue que yo sentía que pertenecía y no me sentía tan loca. Me sentía acompañada y normal. Esa es la clave de la recuperación. No es ni tanto los pasos que me funcionan, aunque honestidad, obviamente, los pasos están bien. Es que no estoy tratando de hacer sentir mal al grupo, no es eso, es que si estás en un grupo de Alcohólicos Anónimos y ya te sientes como que quieres algo más, o te sientes vacía, o te sientes que ocupas algo diferente, ya es el punto en cuando ya vas a empezar a actualizarte espiritualmente, vas a empezar a integrar, yo siento, todo lo que eres tú. Y me siento como una loca, pero pues... So that's that. Basically what I was saying for the people that don't speak Spanish is I'm talking about Alcoholics Anonymous and why it really worked for me and what didn't work for me. And what I said worked for me. The reason why I said it worked for me is not because of the steps. It's because I was able to talk and not feel judged. And on top of that, I also mentioned that Alcoholics Anonymous, since they use the whole sickness thing, like you're a sick person, you're just a sick person, to their advantage, which is a good, like they used it for a good thing, because then they use that label and they just identify with that, which can be detrimental to your recovering process, but it can also be good because you feel like you belong somewhere. So when you're in the group and everybody's that, and you're like, oh, you're welcome, you're welcome as long as you accept your identity. And even if you don't, it's like you're still welcome. And that's my point. It's like feeling like you belong. That's what helped me. So I don't know why I started talking about this. Why was I talking about this? Oh yeah, so how did I end up talking about all that? Is not my point. That was not my point. I don't know why I started talking about... I was just talking about something else. Estaba diciendo que ese ni era mi punto. Ya, mi punto era que cuando yo hacía mis retroalimentaciones, que yo me sentía mal y era un don mío. Comunicación honesta y asertiva. So that's what I'm explaining to the Spanish people. It's funny talking to two people at the same time. I was explaining to the Spanish people that I had a gift that I would express there, that I was very open and I would talk and I would say, I was able to give constructive criticism. I wasn't like, I was able to be assertive. But since they put me down, they would like use it against me or get mad. Yeah. I shut it off and I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't say this. Yeah. You know, because there was so much shame around humanity. Mucha vergüenza sobre nuestra humanidad, nuestros defectos. Y los defectos, cuando los actualizas, cuando los ves como son y todo, cuando te sanas, tus defectos van a ser tus superpowers, tus poderes, superpoderes. Ajá, van a ser tus poderes. Entonces, yeah, like I remember in the meetings we would be like, we would pull out a list. We would literally pull out a list that said, where we would write all of our imperfections that happened this week, our defects. So it's like we would talk about like, I felt pity. I felt self-pity. Like literally everybody would sit in a big ass circle and then we would take out our list, or if you're like me, you would have it memorized. I felt resentment. I felt insecurity. I felt, which was actually beautiful now that I think of it, because that developed a lot of self-awareness within me, so that's pretty cool. And I was very young too. I was like 16, so it was pretty good in a way for my development. But we would say like, oh, I had self-pity, or I had depression, or I had anxiety, I had stress, I had lust, I felt lust. There's like a lot of list of character defects. You just have to go to like an AA group and they'll show you the list. And that helped me like identify what I was feeling and learn a lot about feelings, because back then I had no idea what that was, what feelings were, or the names, or things like that. And that really moved me up. So yeah, I'm working on bringing that back. Bring it back. I'm working on bringing that back, my old ways of expressing myself, which I'm doing it right now, but I want to do it more confidently, where I'm not like doubting myself all the time, where I'm certain and I'm sure of what I'm saying and I stand by it firmly. But yeah, I'm gonna go get my stuff in the car. That was a nice session. Oh, and I didn't even tell you guys, I don't know if I told you guys that. Remember that I said I was hosting a meetup? Well, I hosted the meetup, and then on that day, I had an emotional crisis literally like 10 minutes before. Why am I looking orange? 10 minutes before I started it. And what's funny is I messaged them all through meetup. I was like, I can't do it. I'm having an emotional crisis. And then they all just, nobody even showed up. And I parked somewhere to cry. And I was like, okay, let's do this. Like, I felt better, and I was like, okay, you can do this. You know you can do this. You're worthy. You have something to offer this world. I'm not gonna let you just hold back. You know why you're here. Do it. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I went, and nobody showed up. And then everybody was like, oh, I can't, oh, I can't, oh, I can't, oh, I can't, no, I can't, oh, I can't, oh, I can't. And I'm just like, okay, so I'm going to try again this Saturday and see if anybody shows up. Even if they don't show up, I'm still going to start looking for jobs, and then so I can make money and then I can build a website so that it looks legit, you know what I'm saying? So people take me serious. Like, they're like, because not even just take me serious, but like, let's be real, like, I have to have something like to show. Like, me personally, that's just how I view it. I see it like, I want to explain my service, and I want to put it in a box, and like what exactly I offer, what services, and that's where I'm on what I'm on right now. And I'm also practicing my communication skills and my confidence, because that's gonna be a huge part of this project. And I need to shave my legs. So that was all for today. I'm gonna leave because I know that this is gonna lose signal, and I don't feel like dealing with all that. Honestly, yeah, losing signal killed my mood. It really did. Like, I don't even want to do this anymore. But let me drink water, because that was nice. Like a light, like a light, sweat through the fight, not for the night. 767, let me shake up on the block. I applied at Target. I applied at a lot of places, actually. I applied a lot of places. But I don't even think I'm gonna like show up. I really want to try this whole entrepreneur thing. I wonder how it goes. I want to make my mama proud and make my uncles proud. They're all gonna be like, "What, bitch? You's an entrepreneur? What?" I even considered being a stripper, but I'm gonna try the entrepreneur thing first, because I want to take advantage that I have a place to stay right now to start working on it. And then there's beans here, so there's beans. There's all kinds of things here. There's cereal, there's milk, and there's a heater. So I'm just gonna take it slow. No rush, no rush. And I was watching some Bob Ross painting videos. And I loved it because he said something funny. He's like, "There's no mistakes here, only happy accidents." And that's positive. That's a positive message to give to the youth.